Alex, hey.
Huh? What do you want, Josie? I'm in the middle of work right now, all right?
Just so happens that I came home a day faster than I was expecting.
What? Well, I never heard anything about that happening.
I'm aware of that. I meant to come home earlier without really telling you anything about it.
Why would you...
Are you not sure what this might all be about right now?
Well,
Well, allow me to explain this to you then. While I was away, having my baby and letting my parents see them, I heard some reports from the neighbors here. They told me that while I've been gone, this younger girl who says that she's your little sister has been going over to your house a lot. But they didn't understand how that could be possible since you always told them that you only have brothers. At this point, you're in a position that's going to be very hard for you to get out of, Alex.
What?
Because in order to come home and see if all those things the neighbors had been saying were true, I made sure to come home a day earlier than I had told you while you were at work. And when I arrived here...
If you lay a hand on that girl, I will screw you up!
I'm not going to do anything to her. I only just walked into the house a second ago and heard her slam the door to the bathroom upstairs shut before she got into it.
You better not! All right, well, now that you've seen what's going on, you need to get out of my house!
Huh? I'm the one that has to go?
My house is now meant for my girlfriend and I to live in. And soon I'd like to start making some babies with her, which means we have to have the place all to ourselves.
Wait. I think you're a bit mistaken there, though, because this place is my house, not yours.
But while you were away with the baby staying at your parents' house, she moved in with me and has been living there now. And as the breadwinner of the house, I'm wanting for her to live together with me for good. In other words, that house has now become mine and my girlfriend's house. And you'll have to take all your things and go somewhere else.
Oh, come on. Did you not just hear me say that the house is my house?
I'm asking you to please get out of there already.
Even though I'm telling you that this place is mine?
Then let's get a divorce.
But it hasn't even been 2 months since we had our baby.
I promise to pay you both child support and a settlement over this, so please, just divorce me and go. In a few days we can talk about all of this in more depth, but for right now, could you please just leave? I'm sorry, but all you're doing now is getting in the way of my love life with my girlfriend.
I see. Sorry for being such a nuisance.
Thank you so much for listening to me and understanding that. I'll make sure that any of your things that you leave in the house will be sent to your parents' place in the next few days. From now on, I don't want you coming back out to my house anymore.
Well, it's not like your girlfriend is making any efforts to get out of the bathtub for me. So for today, I'll back down and go find somewhere else to spend the night. However, you are aware that this house is under my name, meaning that it is owned by me, right?
What?
I'll be seeing you tomorrow, Alex.
Yo, Josie, it's one thing to ask for a settlement and all that crap from me, but now you're asking me to pay child support as well? What the hell are you thinking?
Excuse me? Didn't you just say the other day that you would be willing to pay me both a settlement and child support for having that affair and letting your girlfriend move into my house?
I never said that!
Alex, I literally just scrolled up to the text you sent me saying that and can reply to it right now so that you can see it too.
Well, I didn't think I'd actually have to pay something like that, though.
The one that got me pregnant was you, Alex, and as the father, you're going to take some responsibility for their needs by paying child support.
I had only seen them a few times, though, after you gave birth to them, and that was it, because you ran off to your parents' house for a few weeks. So you're asking me to pay for that? If you're going to be taking full custody of them in the divorce, what makes you think that I want to pay for something that I'm not even going to have a say in?
Listen, Alex, the reason you're going to have to pay child support is because you won't have a say in their life, because you did something that no family would ever want, and that's having an affair.
Huh?
If the mother takes full custody of the child in the divorce, that means the father has to step in and pay child support as a means of making sure the child is still okay. That's how this system works, all right.
What?
If you're going to have such a fit over this, then you go and talk with your mother about what's happening here. Seems your father, her husband, did the exact same thing to your mother as you've done to me, and that's why your parents got a divorce and your mother had to take you. And she told me that he paid child support to her until you turned 18, just like you'll be doing for our baby.
Are you kidding me? Is that something I have to pay you 100%?
Of course.
With something like this, is it possible for me to pay with a credit card every month so that I don't have to take all the money out of my debit account? Adding in the settlement I already have to pay you, it's going to be close to $100,000 this year alone.
If you're wanting to know how to handle all of this, go and have that conversation with your mother.
What?
I was told by her that the best way to handle all of this is to have my cheating husband pay everything off in one lump payment, because if not, he might try and run away and never pay anything else to me again.
Does that mean my mom was going on about something that will most definitely put her own son into debt?
That's what she meant. When I went and spoke with your mother about how you had an affair, she was in disbelief that you turned out the same way as your good-for-nothing father, and she began to cry.
What? When did you even have a chance to talk with my mom anyway? Yo! As for all that money you were asking me for, I made sure to pay it all off in one lump payment.
Oh, great. I got a call from my lawyer about that, actually.
I'm betting you didn't think I could get all of this money to you so quickly, right?
Well, I guess I didn't. I had heard that you'd be paying for your girlfriend's settlement as well, which made me think that that would be pretty much impossible for someone like you to handle.
Well, as you can see, that wasn't that impossible for me at all. Sure, I had to get into some debt for a little bit there in order to do so, but I've figured out a way to get all that money paid off in an instant. Would you like me to tell you how I'm getting all this money?
There's no point in me really being interested in that, to be honest with you.
What the hell? You're not even a little bit interested?
That's right. Not interested at all.
What the hell, Josie? You really are the most boring woman ever, aren't you?
So sorry for being more boring than that young girl you let take my place. Now, I have a customer coming here shortly, so I have to go.
Hey, wait! Jeez, not even gonna thank me for the freaking money now? Yo, Josie! Why the hell do the both of us have to get out of this house now?
If you don't get out of there really soon here, then I'm going to have to take drastic measures with the both of you, and you're not going to like that one bit.
Listen to what I'm asking. Why the hell do we both have to leave this house? Isn't it screwed up that the breadwinner has to leave his house?
Sure it is. But like I was saying a while back, since I'm the one who owns that house and am asking two squatters to leave it, there are no legal problems with any of what I'm doing, and why those documents you've received are very much real.
Why the hell would you be the owner of this place when we're divorced now?
So you really don't have any memory of the past? The fact that you could even forget something as simple as that is what's unbelievable to me.
What the hell are you going on about?
That house is the house I received from my late grandpa when I was still single and hadn't met you yet.
What?
I told you when you moved into it with me that it was my house as well.
Huh?
Originally, the place was my dad's house, but he didn't really want it anymore after my grandpa was gone, and so before you and I tied the knot, he gave it to me as a gift. Of course, the place was old at the time, and so before we had our wedding and everything, my family made sure to have the place remodeled a bit, like the front of the house and such.
Now that you mention it, that stuff was all happening.
And that is why, since we are now divorced, you're the ones who have to leave that house.
I never thought that you would become the owner of this house, though. I was totally convinced that because I was the breadwinner, this place had become my house.
Well, if you get that I'm the owner of that house now, you get your crap together and get out of there, please.
Do we really have to leave this house no matter what?
I plan to start leasing that house out to someone soon, so you need to be out of there by the end of this month at the latest. I need to have the place cleaned by a professional crew and all, so I really do need you both out of there pronto, so hurry it up.
Are you kidding me? Josie?
What is it now, man? By the way, didn't I tell you that I don't want you talking to me anymore, but to my lawyer about all this stuff?
Give me back that money.
Huh?
Well, about that money I was talking about before that I was getting? Well, it's no longer there. Or rather, I let it get away from me. So I was hoping that you could give all of that money I gave to you back, and then I could start to pay you monthly with it over time. You know what I'm trying to say?
Before we start talking about anything else, the money you were talking about the other day that you paid me with in one go was all borrowed money, right?
Right.
And you were going on about how you knew this was the way to get all the money back in order to pay off that borrowed money you took out, right?
Is that what I was saying?
Tell me, where exactly did you think you'd be getting any money from in order to pay off your debts?
I planned to sell the house.
The house? As in my house?
I thought that the place was mine at the time, but then you said it was under your name, so yes, your house.
Are you kidding me?
I went to a friend of mine who happens to be a realtor and asked him to take a look at the house and give me an estimate for it, and he said at the very least the place could sell for around $120,000. That's when I felt this huge burst of relief, thinking I'd have a way to pay off all the debt I'd be getting into. But in the end, I had no right to sell the house.
Are you insane, Alex?
What?
You are so stupid. That is the only word I could think of for you was that.
Yo, you shut the hell up, Josie.
Oh, and as for the settlement and the child support, you're not getting any of it back.
What?
And I never said anything about you being allowed to pay me little by little, did I?
No way, Josie! Then how the hell am I gonna be able to pay off this debt I'm in now? The man I borrowed it all from isn't the kind of person who'll sit around waiting all day for that money.
How about you stop talking to me about that, please? I had a right to getting all this money from you, and that's why I did it. As for how you got all that money and how to pay it off, that's all up to you to take care of now, right?
Please don't say things like that and help me!
And for starters, you asking me back for all the money you had to pay me for everything you've done wrong to me now goes to show that you have not reflected at all on what you've done.
Wait, what I'm saying is that if you give me that money back right now, I'll figure out a way to pay you over time.
I can't trust you anymore, and that's why you're not being given that option. And the fact that you're asking for all the money you gave me back now is only making it more and more difficult for me to trust what you're saying.
What?
Thank God I chose to get all of this money from you in that lump payment.
No way! I'm in debt $100,000 to some loan shark now!
My baby is starting to wake up and cry now, so goodbye.
What the hell is gonna happen to me after all of this? My girlfriend's gone and left me now. After she found out about how much debt I've gotten into, she went and left me. And my mom is telling me she's cutting ties now. I'm all alone now.
Jesus frickin' Christ. Why do you keep talking to me about it? Just get the hell out of my house already before I call the police on you. I told you to get out of there by the end of the month at the latest, and there are only 2 days left for you before I send them over.
Hey, Josie, how about you and I start living in this house together again?
Are you frickin' serious?
If we can do that, then I can work like I've always been and use that money to take care of you and the baby. And if you take your paid time off from your job some more, then we could use that money to help pay off my debt while you stay home and care for the little rascal. Then it would be no time before the debt is paid off and we no longer have to worry about it, right? Hey, doesn't this sound like the perfect plan for everyone involved here?
Shut the hell up already! In the past, people always talked about how even monkeys were able to reflect on the wrongs they've done and change their ways. But being asked now by someone who can't even do what monkeys can to get back together, no way, no!
No way, Josie! How could you? You and I are a couple who only had our first baby a couple of months ago, right? In other words, as long as I change a bit and do my best to take care of you both, we don't have to talk about this anymore, right? Then you won't have to make such a big deal about things like the settlement and child support, and I'll have my debt paid off. So please, Josie, will you get back together with me and then help me figure out some way to take care of this debt I'm in? Now that I think about it, where have you moved away to, Josie? I went to your parents' place the other day asking about you, and your mom told me that you'd moved away before slamming the door in my face. They left soon after that, and now the house is empty. If you tell me where you're living right now, I can be there within a day. Wait, what? None of these messages are being read anymore? Josie?
That day, I finally decided it was time to block Alex. And like my lawyer had said to me for a while, there was no reason not to since I'd already gotten everything I needed out of the guy. He was never able to find me again either after that, and so I was able to finally have some peace and quiet, knowing that I could finally move on with my life. I only learned about this a bit after, but it sounds like Alex had quit his job at the company and no longer had any way of making the money that he needed for his debt. It turns out that the girl he cheated on me with was the daughter of one of the chairmen for the company. In order to avoid any more issues from someone like Alex, the company told him he'd be fired soon after the investigation into him was finished, and he quit before they could finish. It turns out that the girl was also disowned by her parents and was now out on the streets herself. She's apparently started to work at a strip club now as a hostess and will most likely stay there for the rest of her life, because she never went to college and never gained any other work experience prior to this. The last thing I heard about her was that she had only just turned 20 when she began to go out with Alex, which would mean they had a 10-year difference from one another. So it really does make sense that her father wanted Alex gone and wanted to cut ties to her as well, because that would be a very unfortunate story to have to be connected to. When it comes to the debt that Alex had gotten himself into, a group of men, all in black tracksuits, came and encircled him and took him away in their truck, and he was never heard from again. That all happened after he had not paid a single penny to the loan shark by the end of the month. And to be honest, I think he's as good as dead now. And with that, I was now officially a single mother who no longer had any man to rely on for help. But of course, that's no problem for me at all, because I luckily have both of my parents to help me out, as well as Alex's mother, who comes out from time to help with the baby. To be honest, I find this outcome a lot better than whatever could have happened had Alex stayed my husband and my baby's father. I'm really thankful for all the people who are stepping in to help me with this change in my life, and I promise them all that I'll do my best to become a great mother. Thank you for watching and listening. We hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe. Also, feel free to leave a comment about what you thought of the story. We look forward to seeing you at the next story.
Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and hit the like button. See you next time.